Alright, what's up, positive people? You got Dana here, and I haven't done a video in a long time, but I noticed that the video that I've gotten the most feedback on was my pros and cons to Atlanta video, so I'm going to continue that series based on one of the biggest questions that I got, which was, I'm in Atlanta now, what do I do for money? I'm having a hard time finding jobs, and I think that was a con that I probably should have mentioned in my video. A lot of people come to the city and they get disillusioned because jobs are hard to come by. Like, it's all glitz and glamour on TV, but what people fail to realize is the economy is slowly recovering. To get a job right now, you have to know someone for the most part. Your skills are not going to be the only thing that gets you a job here because the job market is extremely competitive. So I came here just to talk mainly about the hustle and what to do when you're in between jobs, what to do when you're on unemployment, and just how to make it, and not even necessarily make it, but what to do when you're in a situation where you don't have steady income. So I just wanted to give y'all a couple of ideas, and mind you, a lot of this is from personal experience and dealing with the hustle myself. I'm one of those people, I've always had 10 jobs, and when I say I've always had 10 jobs, not 10 jobs that I was clocking in and out of, but I always had little side gigs that would bring in money outside of just a job, because you just never know. A lot of people come here and they just don't have it figured out. So you come and things are slow, or you're getting these, medial entry level jobs that don't pay a living wage. So what do you do to cushion your income? So I came up with a list of things that I really feel like anybody with a decent skill set can do or can learn to do to make money. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was eBay. Now, if you're coming here to Atlanta and you want to go ahead and get on the good foot making money, eBay is your best bet. Number one, you don't have to go out and buy things to sell. You can already start with the things that you have in your home. And a lot of us have junk that we're just keeping, things in our homes that we could sell. And maybe you're not into the whole idea of going to Plato's Closet, because let's be perfectly honest, if you go there and you try and sell your stuff, there's a good chance that you're only going to get 25% of the worth of the item, regardless of when it came out, whether it was something you just bought at the store. If you go to Plato's Closet, if it was $10, they're only gonna want to give you $2.50. So remember that when you're thinking, oh well, why do eBay when I can just go to Plato's Closet or to a consignment store and sell? Because they have to sell you down, so when they do upsell on that same item, giving that discount to the customer, they don't lose out on profit. So they make their profit at a disadvantage to you. So keep that in mind for all the people who enjoy, like, you know, sale swapping and Plato's Closet and things like that. And mind you, Plato's Closet is a store, for the people who don't know what Plato's Closet is. It's a store where you can go and buy gently used items as well as sell gently used items, mostly name brand. So yeah. But eBay, yes, you can start eBay like today. You can get a payment as soon as 7 days. It's extremely easy to use. I've used it myself. I've sold hundreds, almost thousands of dollars on eBay, and it's one of those things that you can start just with the things that you have in your home. I've even gone as far as to go to thrift stores and found things in thrift stores, little keepsakes and things like that, and sold them on eBay. And something that only cost me $2, I ended up selling for $20. So I think anybody, if you got some stuff that you want to get rid of, eBay is a great way to make some money on the side. Okay, another thing that I felt like y'all should know about is YouTube. If you are here in Atlanta and you're here because you want to sing, dance, act, any of those things, like if you're here on a talent-based level and you're trying to make it, you should have a YouTube. It's the best way to market yourself. I feel like you're in control of it. Once you start monetizing, if you're getting views, there's a good chance that you'll make money. I'd say on average, for every, and mind you, there's an algorithm that goes into how you make your money, but I've noticed that for every 25 to 50,000 views, I get $100. Now, mind you, Positively Dana is not my only YouTube channel. I've got two other channels that I post videos on. One of the other channels is a lot more popular than this channel, but I also put a lot more time into that channel. So if you don't have anything to do, if you're not gainfully employed, there's nothing wrong with you getting on the good foot, putting yourself out there and getting on YouTube. Especially doing something that you love to do, showing off your skill set and your talent, because while you're out auditioning for gigs and things like that and trying to get yourself out there by networking in Atlanta, you could also be networking through YouTube. Social media has put a lot of people on the map. We're starting to see that a lot of people are getting on because of Instagram. So if you're one of those people who doesn't mind putting yourself out there, I feel like YouTube is a great alternative. Like I said, it pays directly to your bank account. As soon as you make $100, they'll pay you. So keep that in mind also. The next thing that I would say is blogging. Now, if you're not a writer and if you're not somebody who can commit to this being a long-term thing, don't even waste your time. Blogging is one of those things that unless you already have a fan base, it's hard to turn that into quick and easy money. But for somebody who's a writer, if you're here writing, or if writing's something that you do, like I said, turn a passion into a career. So blogging would definitely be something to consider. Also, just like there's Google AdSense and ad revenue from making YouTube videos, there's an analytics system for blogs where you make money based on the ads that appear on your blog and based on how many clicks those particular ads get. So keep that in mind. All the people that have blogs, if you're not monetizing your blog, which you can do through both WordPress and Blogger, which is blogspot.com, do that. I don't believe at this time that you can monetize Tumblr, but I know that you can monetize blogger.com and wordpress.com, so keep that in mind as well. The next thing that I would say is hairstylists, makeup artists. Make sure that you are posting your services not just on your social media websites, but on Craigslist. Back in the day when I was a card-carrying member of the Weave Club, and mind you, I don't have anything against weave now. I might decide one day to wear one. But back when I was a card-carrying member of the Weave Club, not Weave Club, Weave Club, I always checked Craigslist to see who was running specials. And mind you, a lot of people are under the, false impression that only inexperienced, horrible stylists are advertising there. But let's be clear, it's free advertising, doesn't cost you a dime, and people looking for discounts are going to go there. You know what I mean? I have had a lot of last minute sew-ins, retightening sessions. I bought hair, you name it, hair services go, I've done it off Craigslist. I've even got my nails done off Craigslist. And I have to say that I always look to the girls who had the best pictures, who had the largest catalog of photos and things for me to look through and see. And so far, just having a good eye. I've never been scammed. So for all of the girls like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get my client base up. How do I get my client base up? Please make sure that you are posting specials and your portfolio on Craigslist in the services section. It's free to do that. You can update it weekly to make sure that you're still in the rotation of hairstylists that are advertising through Craigslist. Same thing goes for the people selling on eBay. If you have big items that you're not willing to ship, or if there's something that you're just not willing to ship and you're willing to sell on Craigslist, you can do that as well. Now, I want to also say this to anybody who's dealing in Craigslist. You have to be careful. You have to be mindful that there are crazy people out there, and you also have to be just cautious, because at the end of the day, anything can happen. We've heard the horror stories about Craigslist, people meeting up in back alleys, people dying and things like that. Be smart about selling on, be careful about selling on Craigslist. Make sure that you meet in a public place and all of that. Take the necessary precautions and just be smart. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's a great way to make money. Like I said, I've bought things off Craigslist. I've sold things off Craigslist. I've gotten services off Craigslist. Craigslist is my friend, okay? It's my friend. And I know that a lot of people in the city looking for deals go on Craigslist looking for deals. So keep that in mind when you're selling as well, or providing a service as well. Babysitters. I also feel like some people, y'all gotta stop being too proud. Like, don't just sit on your ass waiting for a job to come when there are plenty of things to do. There are always people looking for a date night sitter, for a last minute sitter. like I said, post those services on sites like Craigslist and things like that to get your name out there. You know what I mean? And these things, whether you want to admit it or not, can be put on a resume for the people that don't have a degree or a set skill set. Anything that you can do that can be applied to a job later on down the line, take that into consideration. I know it sounds naive of me to say this, but you would be shocked and amazed at how many people that have started daycare businesses and things like that because there were no other jobs for them to find. The same thing applies to hair braiders. Let's say you're not a licensed cosmetologist, but you still want to do hair. Sew-ins and braids do not require a license. And if you live in Atlanta, you know that there's a weave shop on every corner, and you know who they employ. They employ girls for the most part who want to do hair but just haven't gone to hair school yet. So keep that in mind as well. A couple of other great little side hustles that I feel like everybody should know about is that of proofreading. Like I said, if you're good with writing, it pays well. There are a lot of people who look for people to ghostwrite, to proofread for them, and it pays well. You know what I mean? Being a gopher, if you haven't heard of TaskRabbit, it's a website where you can go and it's basically a marketplace for tasks. So if you have a car and you're willing to get around for people, definitely keep that in mind. Also, to the people that have a car, provide rides, okay? Be a taxi. It pays well. You can charge people like $50 both ways, or you can set your price range. There are a lot of people doing that as well. You'll keep gas in your car, you'll keep money in your pocket. It's a straight cash business. You can do that while you're waiting for something more lucrative to come in. Lawn care is another thing that people forget, like cutting grass right now. Everybody's grass is going crazy right now. Cutting grass and making sure to keep your prices low, because like I said, every little 16-year-old and 15-year-old in your neighborhood are probably trying to cut grass right now. Personal training and being a fitness instructor, and I know that requires certification, but I've also noticed that there are a lot of people now that are starting fitness groups, getting people together in groups and just motivating them to walk, to run, taking them to the park, working them out and all that. So keep that in mind as well. Videography and photography is another thing that's going to be really big this summer. You know, a lot of people love having summer weddings. So, you know, take the time if you can to maybe do a couple for free. And that way you can establish, you know, yourself and also get your portfolio started if you don't have one, to get other clients. Keep your costs low, like I said, and you shouldn't have a problem. Now, for everybody who's saying, I can't do any of those things, you don't have a hustler's spirit, and you got to come into this with the mentality of winning. If you come in it with an attitude of losing, none of the things that I've mentioned in this video are going to help you. And you know what I'm saying? Don't let not being able to find that dream gig deter you. Keep focused and keep your eyes on the prize. And I hope that this video helped in some shape, form, or fashion. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any more suggestions down in the comment section below, or any other videos that you want to see about Atlanta down in the comment section below. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace, positive people.